This new year isn't just about resolutions, it's about discovering the archetype driving your life. Are you the hero, rebel, sage, or lover? In 2026, your archetype could transform everything. Join me as we reveal the shocking truth behind who you really are. Chapter 1. What are Jungian Archetypes? Explained simply. Imagine for a moment that life is a giant stage play. Every person you meet, every story you hear, and even the way you see yourself is shaped by roles that have existed for centuries. These roles are not random. They are patterns, deep structures of human behavior and imagination. Psychologist Carl Jung called them archetypes. Archetypes are like invisible scripts written into our collective mind. They show up in myths, movies, and everyday life. When you watch a film and instantly recognize the brave hero, the wise mentor, or the rebellious outsider, you're seeing archetypes in action. They are universal, which means they appear across cultures and eras, even when people have never spoken to each other or shared traditions. Think of the hero. This archetype is about courage, struggle, and triumph. From Hercules in ancient myths to modern superheroes, the hero represents the part of us that wants to overcome challenges and prove our strength. Then there's the rebel, the one who refuses to follow the rules, who breaks chains and questions authority. The rebel lives inside anyone who has ever said, "I won't accept things the way they are." The sage is another archetype, the seeker of truth and wisdom. This is the figure who studies, reflects, and guides others with knowledge. You'll find the sage in the wise old man of fairy tales, the philosopher, or even the quiet friend who always seems to know the right thing to say. And finally, the lover. This archetype is about connection, passion, and devotion. It's not only about romance, but about the deep bonds we form with people, art, and even ideas. Why do these archetypes matter? Because they are not just characters and stories. They live inside us. Each of us carries fragments of these archetypes, but usually one or two dominate at a certain time in our lives. When you feel driven to fight for something, the hero is awake. When you question the system, the rebel rises. When you seek knowledge, the sage speaks. When you long for closeness, the lover takes the lead. The fascinating part is that archetypes shift. You might feel like a hero today, but next year you could find yourself living more as a sage. They are not fixed labels. They are energies, guiding forces that shape how we act, dream, and grow. Jung believed that understanding these archetypes helps us live more authentically. Instead of being trapped in roles we don't understand, we can recognize the patterns and choose how to embody them. Think about your favorite movie or book. Chances are you can identify these archetypes in the characters. But now, turn the lens inward. Which archetype is shaping your life right now? Are you climbing mountains like the hero, breaking rules like the rebel, searching for wisdom like the sage, or building bonds like the lover? This is where the journey becomes personal. Archetypes are not abstract psychology terms. They are mirrors. They reflect who you are and who you might become. And as we step into 2026, asking yourself which archetype you are living can be more powerful than any resolution. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe to this channel. By joining, you'll not only follow this exploration, but also discover how these archetypes can transform your daily life. Subscribing is like stepping into the circle of seekers who want to live with more awareness and authenticity. So, as you listen, keep this question alive. Which archetype is whispering in your ear right now? The answer might surprise you. Chapter 2. Find your archetype. Hero, rebel, sage, or lover. Every person carries a story inside them, but the question is, which story are you living right now? Archetypes are not distant ideas. They are living forces shaping your choices, your emotions, and even the way others see you. To understand yourself more deeply, let's walk through 4 of the most powerful archetypes: the hero, the rebel, the sage, and the lover. The hero is the one who rises when challenges appear. Think about the times you've felt the need to prove yourself, to climb a mountain, or to fight for something bigger than you. The hero archetype is about courage, discipline, and the drive to overcome obstacles. Heroes are not only found in myths or movies, they live in everyday people who push through difficulties, who refuse to give up, and who inspire others by their determination. If you feel like your life right now is a battle, if you wake up each day ready to face trials, the hero may be the archetype guiding you. The rebel, on the other hand, is the voice of defiance. This archetype appears when you feel trapped by rules, when you sense injustice, or when you simply cannot accept the way things are. The rebel is not afraid to break chains, to challenge authority, and to create new paths. Sometimes the rebel is misunderstood, seen as destructive or chaotic, but at its heart, this archetype is about freedom. If you find yourself questioning traditions, resisting expectations, or carving out your own way, the rebel is alive in you. Then comes the sage, the seeker of wisdom. This archetype is less about action and more about reflection. The sage wants to understand, to learn, to see beyond appearances. You might recognize the sage in yourself if you spend time reading, studying, or simply observing the world with curiosity. The sage archetype values truth above comfort, knowledge above popularity. It is the quiet voice that says, look deeper. If you feel drawn to knowledge, if you find meaning in teaching or guiding others, the sage may be your current path. Finally, the lover. This archetype is about connection, passion, and devotion. The lover is not only about romance, it is about the bonds we form with people, with art, with ideas, and with life itself. The lover archetype thrives on beauty, intimacy, and the joy of being close to something or someone. If you find yourself seeking closeness, if you feel alive when you are surrounded by love, creativity, or shared experiences, then the lover is the archetype shaping your journey. Now, here's the important part. You don't have to be only one archetype forever. Life shifts, and so do we. At one stage, you may live as the hero, fighting battles and proving strength. Later, you may become the sage, searching for wisdom and guiding others. Or perhaps the rebel rises when you feel suffocated, and the lover appears when you long for connection. Archetypes are not cages, they are mirrors. They reflect the energy you carry at a given moment. Take a moment to reflect. Which of these descriptions feels closest to your current life? Do you wake up ready to fight, question, learn, or connect? Sometimes the answer is not obvious. You may feel fragments of each archetype, but usually one shines brighter than the rest. Recognizing it can help you understand your choices and your desires more clearly. As we move into 2026, this reflection becomes even more powerful. Instead of setting vague resolutions, ask yourself, which archetype do I want to embody this year? Do I want to climb mountains like the hero, break barriers like the rebel, seek wisdom like the sage, or deepen bonds like the lover? The choice is yours, and the awareness of these archetypes gives you the power to live with intention. Chapter 3, New Year Transformation, How to Live Your Archetype. The turning of the year always carries a sense of possibility. It feels like a doorway opening, a chance to step into a new version of yourself. But instead of chasing vague resolutions that fade after a few weeks, imagine choosing to live through the lens of an archetype. This isn't about forcing yourself into a role. It's about recognizing the energy already alive within you and allowing it to guide your transformation in 2026. If the hero is your archetype, transformation begins with courage. Heroes thrive when they set clear challenges. It might be a physical goal, like training for something demanding, or a personal mission, like standing up for someone who needs support. Living as the hero means embracing discipline and resilience. The hero archetype teaches that growth comes through struggle, and that every obstacle is a chance to prove your strength. In 2026, embodying the hero could mean facing fears head-on, building endurance, and inspiring others by showing that persistence can overcome almost anything. For the rebel, transformation is about freedom. The rebel archetype pushes you to question the systems that limit you. Maybe it's a job that feels suffocating, a routine that drains your energy, or a belief you've carried that no longer serves you. Living as the rebel means breaking chains, not for destruction's sake, but to create space for authenticity. In 2026, this could mean daring to take risks, speaking truths that others avoid, or carving out a path that feels uniquely yours. The rebel archetype reminds us that transformation often begins with saying no to what no longer fits and yes to the unknown. The sage transforms through wisdom. This archetype thrives when you commit to learning, reflecting, and sharing knowledge. Living as the sage means slowing down, listening deeply, and seeking truth, even when it's uncomfortable. In 2026, embodying the sage could mean dedicating time to study, journaling your insights, or guiding others with what you've learned. The sage archetype shows that transformation doesn't always come from action. Sometimes it comes from clarity. By seeing patterns others miss, the sage helps illuminate paths forward. The lover transforms through connection. This archetype is about passion, intimacy, and devotion. Living as the lover means opening yourself to beauty, whether through relationships, creativity, or experiences that stir your emotions. In 2026, embodying the lover could mean nurturing bonds with people you care about, diving into art or music, or simply allowing yourself to feel more deeply. The lover archetype teaches that transformation happens when we let ourselves be moved, when we allow love and beauty to guide our choices. What makes this approach powerful is that it replaces vague resolutions with archetypal energy. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier or I want to be happier, you ask, how can I live as the hero, rebel, sage, or lover this year? That question gives direction, clarity, and meaning. It turns transformation into a story, and stories are easier to live than lists of goals. It's also important to remember that archetypes are not rigid. You may begin the year as a hero, facing challenges with courage, but later find yourself shifting into the sage, reflecting on what those challenges taught you. Or perhaps you start as the rebel, breaking free from old patterns, and then move into the lover, building new bonds in the space you've created. Transformation is fluid, and archetypes are companions along the way. To live your archetype in 2026, start by noticing its presence in your daily life. Pay attention to the choices you make, the emotions that rise, and the patterns that repeat. Ask yourself, does this feel like the hero's courage, the rebel's defiance, the sage's wisdom, or the lover's passion? Once you recognize it, lean into it. Let it shape your actions, your relationships, and your vision for the year. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It unfolds through small steps, through moments of awareness, through choices that align with who you truly are. Archetypes give you a language for those choices. They remind you that you are not just drifting through life, you are living a story. And you have the power to decide which story it will be. As the year begins, imagine yourself standing at the threshold of 2026. Behind you are the roles you've played before. Ahead of you are the archetypes waiting to be lived more fully. The hero, rebel, sage, and lover are not distant figures. They are parts of you, ready to guide your transformation. The question is not whether you will change this year. The question is, which archetype will you choose to live?